Good morning.
Good morning.
We've gone back super old school. I am holding my phone. I was going to show you, and then I realized I can't show you. I'm holding it because we're at the lake for the weekend. You know, we're on vacation. So we're going to keep this short and sweet because we almost forgot to even do it because, we're on vacation, which is lovely. Happy Friday. Welcome to Daily Dose. Let me just say I'm really sorry about yesterday and how long it took me to get our conversation with Adam Martin uploaded. If you didn't watch it, because it didn't go up until last night, take the time to watch it. It's a great conversation. Adam's work is so important.
It's fantastic.
And his stories really got a lot of value. So thanks to Adam for joining us yesterday. We're wrapping up the week just kind of quickly. So what do you want to talk about? We're really off our game today.
No, we started on Monday talking about the long game, which was something that you wanted to talk about. It does, if you think about addiction, from my point of view, the long game could be one day at a time, as the tenet of AA,
or the song,
but the long game is to try and live in sobriety. And also to live.
Yeah, full stop.
A great example. I may have talked about this a couple of times, but it's kind of pertinent to this. Is once I was going to AA, Dana said, "Yeah, should we go and do this for a weekend?" I thought that's great, but then I thought, oh, I've got an AA meeting on Friday. And I was talking at AA the week before, and this very wise man said to me, he said, "It's okay to miss an AA meeting. You missed parts of your life because you were drinking." You said, "Oh, I don't want to do that," because you had no interest in it. He said, "Don't make the same mistake with going to an AA meeting. Have a long game plan. Have backup plans if anything goes awry during the weekend, but go and live your life." And that's long-term sobriety too. And it's good advice for anyone. Just plan around things. Just don't get yourself depressed by thinking about everything that can go wrong, but just in case things don't go the way you plan, have a backup.
Well, and to me, what makes the long game so compelling, that idea, is that if you get tripped up somewhere along the way, that's just part of this much longer arc than if you're thinking about moment to moment to moment, because the time span is so short that a failure can derail you full stop, because you're only looking this far ahead. But if you're looking way far ahead, then one trip up is just that, and it's just it's a small piece of the much longer journey.
And in addiction, we have relapses and lapses for that reason too.
Yep. Hey, do you want to talk about who you talked to on Wednesday?
I do.
Go ahead.
I would love to talk. I wanted to talk about this. This is all I wanted to talk about today, actually. So on Wednesday, Patty
Sen, who's been a guest with us
from Soul Solutions. Dana, she's the one that Dana was in cahoots with to get me my 4-year chip. If you can remember back to February, she was talking to my counsellor Joanne,
who we've talked about a lot.
We have talked about a lot, and Joanne and Patty had a conversation, and Joanne said, "Yeah, if this person," she never told her who it was. Wants to get
Patty never told Joanne who it was.
That's what I said. Here's my work phone number. So she gave it to me, and I phoned her, left a message, and then she phoned me back, and we had a fantastic conversation, and it was fantastic to talk to her.
Yeah, I got to talk to her too really quickly, but sometimes there are people in your life who are in your life briefly, who, like pound for pound, pack a great big punch, and Joanne would be one of those people. She's the one who told me she thought Maz had narcissistic personality disorder, and then Quinn and I realized probably I do. But Joanne was extraordinary in our lives, and it was incredible to get to reconnect with her.
Yeah, and I'm penciled in September to go and talk to Prairie St. John on their Thursday external speaker thing. So I'm looking forward to pulling that off. Might not be that day, but at some point I'm going in to talk to them.
Here's what I find interesting about it. As soon as Maz had Joanne's number. I said to him, "Are you going to call her?" And he said, "She won't remember me." And here's what I think is really interesting.
I was glossing over
Yeah,
this.
no,
but-
this is I think really important to the long-term conversation around addiction. Maz's response to reconnecting with people from his past is always, "They won't remember me." And the reason that I'm bringing this up is because, first of all, you don't meet Maz Mary and forget him. He's extremely interesting and engaging. And then let's not forget the accent. So if you're in America, the accent carries a lot of weight. The server at the restaurant last night literally welcomed us. Maz said, "How are ya?" And the guy said, "Oh my gosh, can I just tell you, I love your accent." I mean, it happens everywhere we go. So Maz is not a forgettable person. And he is sure that nobody ever remembers him. And that is that kind of insecurity that lives inside him, which is, I think, from my highly, highly educated perspective, what started his problems with alcohol in the first place, because he has this anxiety and insecurity that he's not memorable, I think is the actual word. And that's powerful. Even in sobriety, he still thinks that. I have seen him make that connection twice. One of the most joyful moments of my life. We were in Hawaii for a conference in June of 2017. It was our first big trip after Maz got sober. And we, a great friend of his, who we've talked about a lot, Liam, was at the conference. And I had not met Liam. They were at the same place while Maz was doing his PhD. Maz talked about him all the time. I felt like I knew him because Maz talked about him so much. We found out he was going to be at this conference. I said to Maz, "I can't wait to meet Liam." And Maz's first response was, "Oh, he won't remember me." So we were at a social. I saw him because I had seen pictures of him.
Using the word social loosely, there was a couple of hundred plant biologists on the roof of a hotel.
Yeah,
You can imagine the conversation that was
it was
going on
a
there.
nerdy social, but it was still a social. And I saw Liam walk in, and I said to Maz, "Go and say hello." And I saw incredible anxiety settle over Maz, and I just decided I didn't care. So I shoved him forward, and I was, 100 yards away from them. And I saw Maz walk up, and I could see the anxiety on him. And he kind of tapped Liam on the shoulder, and Liam turned around, and there was that second of realization, and he gathered Maz up in this profound bear hug. And it was the first time that I had ever seen anything like that with Maz, because, Maz lives in my world. I am rarely in Maz's former world. It was just incredible. And the fact that his response when I asked him if he was going to call Joanne was the exact same thing. I'm not saying this to belittle you. I'm saying it because just because Maz is sober doesn't mean the personal tendencies he had have left him. He's just figured out how to live with it differently. And that's
the long
true
game.
of all of us.
That is the long game right there.
Yeah. All right. I think it's time to go back to our family. At least some of our family.
Well, they might do. They are
I
my
said
niece.
our family.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Some of. I just meant it's not all of our
see, it's
family.
not
Your
all of it.
family's not here. My mom and Bob aren't here. Anyway, have an excellent day. Have a great weekend. We'll be back on Monday.
Yeah, have a fantastic
with what.
weekend.
We'll see you soon. Bye.
Bye.